All right, so now we have activity 3, comparing graphs from ratio tables. It says work with a partner. The graph shows the values of the ratio table for your teacher's frosting. And remember, the teacher, for every 3 drops of blue, had 5 drops of red. So it says complete the table in the graph. Explain the relationship between the entries into the ratio table and the points on the graph. Okay, so here again we're going to have a little problem. As soon as I turn on the drawing tool, my face is going to go away, which is not a problem. But then when I turn the drawing tool, I won't be able to type into here until I turn that off, and then all the information is going to go away. So here we go. All right, so I have the drawing tool here, and so when we're going from 3 to 6, we're going up by 3, so I'm going to write in there 3, and then we're going from 6 to 9, so now we're going up by 3 again, so I'm going to draw a 3 in there as best I can. Now 9 to 12, that's up by another 3. That's a much better 3. And 12 to 15, that's going to be up by another 3. All right, so this would be 3 times 2 to get to here, 3 times 3 to get to here, 3 times 4 to get to here, and 3 times 5 to get to here, which makes it the same as the other table. So now we're going to switch to red, drops of red, and for every 3 drops of blue, we had 5 drops of red. So for every 3 drops blue, 5 drops of red, that means if we have 6 drops of blue, that means we have 10 drops of red. 9 would be 15. 12 would be 15 plus 3 is 18. And 18 plus 3 is 21. Okay, so then we're counting. I made a mistake. You guys see this. This would not be, oops, erase drawings. No, not all of them. Dang it. So this would be 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. And then we'll switch back to blue. Come on. Blue. And we'll do 3, 3, 3, 3. Switch back to red. Come on now. And we do 5, 5, 5, and 5. Okay. So, am I able to even scroll? I'm not even able to scroll. Okay. So we got to remember this. This is 3, 3, 3, and 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 5, 5, and 5 here. Because now I'm going to turn off the drawing tool so that we can answer this, and then the drawings go away. All right, it's obnoxious, but those drawings are now away. So explain the relationship between the entities on the ratio table and points in the graph. Drops of blue go up by 3, while drops of red go up by 5. Okay, so how is this similar to the graph in activity 2? How is it different? And now we don't have this here, but it's the same. How can you use the graphs to determine whose frosting has more red or blue in it? Explain. So, we go over 3 up by 5, over 3 up by 5, over 3 up by 5, over 3 up by 5. Okay? So this would be how can you use the graphs to determine whose frosting had more red or blue in it? So this would be blue. This would be over 3, up by 5, over 3, up by 5, over 3. Okay, so I'm going to switch this back to red. There, now it lets me do it. And this would be up by 5, up by 5, and up by 5. And you guys see the pattern here, where it's just going to keep going over 3, up by 5, over 3, up by 5, over 3, up by 5. Okay? The graph that has more red is going to be steeper. So if the graph has more red, it's going to go up like this. If the graph has more blue, it's going to go over like this. In your own words, how can you compare two ratios? Well, if we go up to here, okay, we can turn our ratios into decimals and compare the decimals. So that's what I'm going to say here. We can turn the ratios into decimals and compare the decimals. Precision. Your teacher's frosting mixture has 7 drops of blue in it. How can you use the graph to find how many drops of red are needed to make the frosting? Is your answer exact? Explain. Your teacher's mixture has 7 drops of blue in it. So let's go back up to here. Teacher's mixture has 7 drops of blue. Can you use the graph to find out how many drops of red are needed to make the frosting? Yes, we can use the graph to find how many drops of red. And so what this would look like over here is if we had 7 drops of blue right there, okay, 7 drops of blue, we would go up and we would look on this line at 7, and we would see that, gosh, it's somewhere actually between 11 and 12 drops. Pretty close to 12 drops of red. It would be between 11 and 12, almost 12 drops of red. So, is your answer exact? No. Our answer is not exact. Okay. Practice. Holy cow. Okay. So determine which is a better buy. So iced tea refills cost refills 2. So if we do this, we would say 3 divided by 2. So A is equal to 3 divided by 2, which is 3 divided by 2 is equal to 1.5. Okay. Not 1 divided by 5, 1.5. But 4 divided by 3 is equal to, this one I can't do in my head, so I'm going to go over here to the calculator, and I'm going to do 4 divided by 3 equals 1.33. So which is the better buy? B. B is the better buy because each iced tea costs less. 2, lunch meat. Okay, dollars per pounds. So this would be 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 5. We're going to do it this way. Where's the dollar sign? $5 per pound. And, oh, well, 6 divided by 1 is $6 per pound. So this is less. So A. A is the better buy because $5 per pound is less than $6 per pound. Movie rental. All right, cost in dollars, $12 for 4 rentals, or $11 for 3 rentals. Well, I know 12 divided by 4 is 3, so A is equal to, wrong one, $3. And I know that 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4, so this is almost 12, so this is going to be almost 4. So B is equal to almost $4. $4. So which is the better buy? A. A is the better buy for renting movies. Okay. Buns. Well, packages, 3. $6 for 3 packages. That is $2 per package. Because 6 divided by 3 is 2. $2. Whereas B, 5 divided by 2. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is going to be like 2.5. 2.5. 2.50. So which is the better buy? A is the better buy. Because $2 per package is less than $2.50 per package. CDs. All right. Well, I know that 60 divided by 6 is 10. So A is equal to $10. Whereas B, 72 divided by 8, that's 72 divided by 8 is 9. So what's the better buy? B is the better buy. Flash drive. Well, 18 divided by 3 is 6. A is equal to 6. B, 35 divided by 5 is 7. 7, so 6 is the better buy. You are making cookies. One recipe calls for 4 cups of chocolate morsels for 3 batches of cookies. Second recipe calls for 5 cups of chocolate morsels for 4 batches of cookies. Which cookie will contain more chocolate morsels? Okay, so 4 divided by 3 is equal, enter. 4 divided by 3 is equal to, we did this already, 1.33. Okay, so this is 1.33 cups per batch. And then this is 5 divided by 4, which is equal to 1.25. 1.25 cups per batch. Recipe 1 has more chocolate. And I can't spell recipe again for the second time in the same problem. That's it. Great. Thanks.